SoFi stock has been on a huge run over the past few weeks. In fact, the stock is up over 140% since I made this video a couple of months ago, where I went through why this stock is such a huge opportunity and why I'm loading up on SoFi stock. SoFi stock hit over $15.60 this past week, which is the highest price since 2021. But the most important question now is, can this rally continue, and can SoFi become the millionaire maker that we all believe it can be? I also have one small warning for investors later in this video. If you follow the stock, then you know just how much SoFi is growing, but for most of 2024, SoFi stock had been dropping despite the company doing better than ever and making better profits than before. But in the past 8 weeks, the stock has exploded. So what is going on with SoFi, and has it finally turned the corner for good? Stick around to discover how you can make the most of this pivotal moment in SoFi's history. Now, we've got a lot to get through in this video, so I want to keep this intro as short as possible. But if you find any value in this video, can I ask you to smash the like button? It literally costs nothing, but it helps me out so much. I'm aiming to get 500 likes on this video. Help me achieve that goal. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on any new content like this. I want to point out that I'm not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice, so always do your own due diligence and try to answer the question later in this video. But for now, let's get straight into it. So SoFi is a fintech that offers a range of lending and wealth management services. The company primarily caters to early stage professionals and offers variable and fixed rate parent, personal and MBA loans, mortgage refinancing and more. They create modern financial products and services that help people borrow, save, spend, invest and protect their money better so they can achieve financial independence and realize their ambitions, which could be owning a home or saving for retirement, paying off their student debt and much more. So SoFi is a fintech company that is positioning itself as a one-stop shop for all your personal finances. Now, I see so many people commenting on SoFi, calling the company a startup and treating this like a company that was just founded. But SoFi was founded more than a decade ago in 2011, and a lot of people seem to be thinking that this company has only really existed since going public less than 4 years ago. But the fact is that this company was a decade old before it was listed on Nasdaq. It's still a growth company with huge potential and still at the very early stages and where you consider digital banking is at the moment. But this is not a risky startup that is only in its very beginning. This is well established. And fintech is one of the most promising megatrends which will disrupt the way we go about obtaining financial services. So considering the promising fintech industry's prospects, together with SoFi's strong execution, I think that the company is poised to become a notable player in the evolving banking industry. When we look at the latest investors presentation, this presents a very different picture of the company than what Wall Street have tried to show us over the past 18 months. In fact, this is a company that is doing extremely well with regards to almost every sector of the business. New member additions has increased every single quarter since the company first went public. And so too has new product additions, which is increasing at a rate of 31% year over year, but also had its largest ever quarterly increase in the most recent quarter. And if you consider the effect of year over year compound growth, you will see that in just the last quarter alone, there is an increase of over 1 million, which is close to the entire full year 2020 growth rate. So in real terms, the company is now growing per quarter what it used to grow in an entire year. But now this is very important. They have a lot of new members, but they also have a lot of products that they provide to their members, which gives SoFi the opportunity to cross-sell its products, which has so many benefits. Like they can cross-sell products to existing customers, which means that they achieve additional revenue without spending a cent in additional costs. Think of this from a financial point of view in very simple terms. Revenue goes up while costs come down. This is exactly what you want to see in any type of business, not just in banking, not just in SoFi. Any business that can increase revenue while decreasing costs is onto a winner. This is why lending and financial service products are all up too. The company has posted by far their best returns to date, and it's very likely that this is going to get more impressive each quarter. As the financial services productivity loop continues to create marketing efficiencies, as we can see here with the huge increases each year, we can see the huge growth in financial services and tech platform that now accounts for near 50% of revenue, up from only 24% in 2021, which further demonstrates SoFi's position as a top fintech company. On the financial side, things are just as impressive, with the quarterly adjusted net revenue increasing each year and having just recorded by far their biggest quarterly increase. But just look at the adjusted EBITDA, where there is an incredible improvement. In the most recent earnings report, SoFi reported $186 million. That's a 27% EBITDA margin. Now, going back only 2 years ago, this was $44. And if I remember correctly, the quarter before that was only like $8 or $9. So in the most recent quarter, we have $186 million. I challenge anyone watching this video right now to work out the percentage EBITDA increase from the start of 2022. The numbers here are insane. And this is reflected in the annual 12-month performance figures too. As we can see very clearly here, with huge increases in year-over-year net revenue growth and adjusted EBITDA margin, which has seen SoFi turn into a profitable company for the first time and now looks set to report a significant net income for the full year. Now finally, since the release of the last quarterly earnings report, SoFi has been skyrocketing, and it's worth keeping in mind that the next report will be for full year 2024. So when we look at the full year guidance, we see that management now expect to deliver between 2.54 and 2.55 billion in adjusted net revenues, 640 to 645 million in adjusted EBITDA, and between 204 and 206 million in net income, with EPS between 11 and 12 cents. While tangible book value is to increase by over $1 billion year over year. Considering that SoFi had originally guided for an increase as little as $300 million in 2024, this has truly been an incredible breakthrough year for the company. But is SoFi a millionaire maker stock? Now, when I first posed this question earlier in the year, back when SoFi was less than $7, I got laughed at by a lot of people. Some of you watching this video right now were telling me that SoFi was heading for $5 or lower. But I was insistent back then, and I remain insistent now. This is far from over, but how high can SoFi go? And importantly, is SoFi a millionaire maker? So as we've already seen, SoFi's customer base and revenue continue growing at a strong pace. Management believes earnings are set to rise meaningfully, and investors who have a long time horizon are best positioned to gain. It's been a crazy few months for SoFi. The stock has soared over 70% since the start of October, but SoFi stock is still a long way below its peak of 2021. But can this surging fintech stock reach new all-time highs and be a millionaire maker that a lot of us expect it to be? Well, the first pillar of success here is that SoFi is posting stellar growth. The financial services industry has a reputation for charging unnecessary fees, creating fiction, and not being very technologically advanced. But by understanding this situation, SoFi has built an extremely successful digital banking enterprise. A business that can provide all the financial services and lending products without having the need for physical branches and all the costs that come with these physical branches. Again, the financial services industry is one of the oldest in the world and not known for significant growth. But as a technology disruptor, SoFi has managed to grow to over 9 million members, which is an increase of over 500% in just 4 years. Look at the chart here. We can see that SoFi is finally on the up after being beaten down for much of the past 2 years, but it's still a long way to go from its peak in 2021. But CEO Anthony Noto said on his third quarter 2024 earnings call, "Meeting all of a person's financial needs in one place with world-class products delivered seamlessly and digitally gives us a massive advantage. This is why you will often hear me say it's a matter of when, not if, we become a top 10 financial institution." Now that is a huge claim from Anthony Noto, that SoFi will definitely become a top 10 financial institution. Now I have talked a little bit about this scenario before, but if you would like to see a video where I compare SoFi with major banks in Europe or in the US, such as JP Morgan, then drop a comment below and let me know what you want to see. The next major hurdle that SoFi has leaped over is getting to profitability, and some have suggested that SoFi could now be set to join the S&P 500 in the next rebalance, but I have my own opinion on this. Now in the last S&P 500 rebalance, Palantir shocked the world when it was added to the index, but I had been saying that for months that it was going to happen in 2024. And as we've seen, over the past few months just how much Palantir stock has exploded since joining the S&P 500. So drop a comment below if you would like me to share my thoughts about SoFi joining the index. If I get 800 likes on this video, I will share my thoughts on this and make a video comparing SoFi with the other financial institutions too. Now, SoFi has reported 4 straight quarters of positive earnings per share. In the latest 3-month period, SoFi generated diluted EPS of 5 cents, which is a huge reversal from the 29 cents loss in the same quarter last year. SoFi is expected to post EPS of between 11 and 12 cents for this year, which we've already seen, and that figure is forecast to soar to over 68 cents by the midpoint of 2026, before growing between 20 and 25% per year on average after that. As a fully digital bank, SoFi operates a scalable business model. Because earnings are rapidly trending higher, it makes the current PE ratio of 105 look much more reasonable. Now, this PE ratio again is why some people have doubts about how high SoFi can go. But again, I will point to Palantir. The exact same things were said about Palantir all throughout 2024. Yet the stock has soared to new all-time highs with a PE ratio of over 300. It's very difficult to predict whether or not a stock can become a millionaire maker, but SoFi definitely has the characteristics to do that. One key factor that can't be ignored, however, is just how competitive the industry is. SoFi has carved out a successful niche in a gigantic financial services market. However, the larger banks have started to invest heavily in their own digital capabilities to better serve their customers. This simply means that SoFi must continue to be on its A game. SoFi certainly has the potential to generate outsized investment returns, provided it continues on its trajectory of rapid revenue, member and EPS growth. If you're able to put up more capital up front, while also having a long-term horizon, then the chances the stock could make you a millionaire are much higher. But guys, what do you think? Is SoFi still a solid investment now near the end of 2024, with the stock at its highest price in 2 years? Or do you think that we should expect a pullback before the end of the year? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. There's a lot of talk on social media right now about SoFi, but always do your own due diligence. Remember that I'm not a financial advisor, but if you enjoyed this analysis, then please like and subscribe. I hope you make a load of money on this stock. Follow me on Twitter and I'll catch you in the next video.